Good morning, students. Hope all of you are well. Student, let's continue with our subject history, chapter number 6, conflict with the Mughals. Student, in the first part, we have completed 4 points, that is, Shaista Khan invasion, Surat campaign, Jai Singh invasion, and Agra visit and escape. These 4 points we have completed in our first part. Now today we are going to continue with the second part of this 6th chapter. So let's start with the first topic of our second part, that is on the offensive against Mughals. Immediately after returning from Agra, Maharaj did not want any conflict with the Mughals. However, he wanted to recapture the forts and territories given to the Mughals as per the Purandar Treaty. For this, he prepared a comprehensive means master and bold plan. It was his strategy to capture the forts by sending a well-equipped army on the one hand, and on other hand to keep the Mughals unstable by invading the territories of the Deccan under their control. Now let's see the explanation of this paragraph. Student, immediately after returning from Agra, as we have seen in the first part that Shivaji Maharaj went to Agra to meet the Emperor Aurangzeb, right? So after returning from Agra, what he did, he decided that he don't want any conflict with the Mughals now, because in the first part we have seen that Aurangzeb has house arrested Shivaji Maharaj and he had saved his life and escaped from Agra. So now Shivaji Maharaj don't want any conflict with the Mughals. So for that he wanted to recapture all the forts and territories given to the Mughals as per the treaty. As we have seen in the first part also that as per the treaty of Purandar, Shivaji Maharaj has given 23 of his forts to the Mughals, right? So it was his strategy, that's why he signed a treaty with the Mughals. So now Shivaji Maharaj had decided that whatever forts which I have given to the Mughals, I will going to recapture and I will going to regain all the forts with the Mughals now. So it was his strategy. For this, he made a very bold plan. Who? Shivaji Maharaj, because it was his strategy to capture the forts, right? So for this, what he decided that I will send an army on one hand to fight with the Mughals, and on the other hand, what I will going to do, I will keep the Mughals unstable. Means here there is a two-side attack at the same time, right? One side he is sending the army to attack the Mughals, and on the other side he is keeping the Mughals unstable. So at the same time he is fighting a two-side attack with the Mughals. Who? Shivaji Maharaj. Now let's see the next paragraph. Maharaj attacked the Mughal territories of Ahmednagar and Junnar. Then he recaptured several forts such as Sinhgarh, Purandar, Lohgarh, Mauli, Karnala and Rohida one after the other. Then Maharaj attacked Surat for a second time. While returning from Surat, he fought a great battle with the Mughals at Wani Dindori in Nasik district. Maharaj defeated the Mughal Sardar Daud Khan in the great battle. Now let's see the explanation of this paragraph. Now Shivaji Maharaj attacked the Mughal territories on the one hand, right? So while attacking the Mughal territories, First, he captured the Ahmednagar and Junnar fort. What he captured first? Ahmednagar and Junnar fort. Then, slowly and steadily, what he did, he captured lots of forts which was given to the Mughals. Like he captured Siaghad, Purandar, Lohagarh, Mauli, Karnala, and Rohida fort. These are the forts which was given by Shivaji Maharaj to Mughals. So, slowly, one after another, he captured all these forts. Understood? Then, now he captured all his forts, right? Now, what he did? Now, Shivaji Maharaj once again went to Surat for second time. First time student, we have seen that he went to Surat for the battle of Shaista Khan, right? For there he fight with the Inayat Khan and he collect so many wealth from Surat, right? Now this was the second time Shivaji Maharaj went to Surat. Now see why he went to Surat? Yes, now he went to Surat to fought a battle with the Mughals. When he had a battle with the Mughals in Surat for the second time, from there he collect so many money from the Surat because Surat was a wealthy state at that time. So he fight with the Mughals and collect lots of money from the Surat. And in this battle with the Mughals, Shivaji Maharaj had won this battle, and now while returning from the Surat student, on the way what happened? He had fight He had fight with the Mughals at Wani Dindori in Nasik district. In Surat student, he fought with the Mughals, he won that battle, and while coming back from Maharashtra again he had fight with Nasik district at Wani Dindori with some of the Mughals over there. Now in this battle student again Shivaji Maharaj defeated with the Mughal Sardar Daud Khan who has fought at Wani Dindori with Shivaji Maharaj student. Yes, the Sardar of Mughal, that is Daud Khan. And in that battle once again Shivaji Maharaj win this battle and Sardar Daud Khan has lose the battle with Shivaji Maharaj. And after Shivaji Maharaj, the Nasik fort has been captured by Moropant Pingle. Understood? So this was the attack against Mughals by Shivaji Maharaj. Now let's see the second topic. Second we are having is coronation. Coronation means crowning ceremony. Let's see. The founding of the Maratha Swaraj involved a relentless means non-stop struggle right over there for 30 years. Maharaj realized that now it was necessary for the Swaraj to win general recognition as a sovereign independent state. For this, a formal coronation was necessary. On 6th June 1674, underline this date student, 6th June 1674, he had himself coronated at Raigad by Gaga Bhatt, a learned Pandit. Who was Gaga Bhatt? He was a learned Pandit. Now let's see the explanation of this paragraph. Now we are learning about the coronation topic. Coronation means crowning ceremony, right? So what happened over here is to founding a Swaraj in Maharashtra, it involved a lots of struggle. Shivaji Maharaj had fight with the Mughals, the Adil Shah, and he struggled to establish the Swaraj in Maharashtra, right? So in meanwhile 30 years has been passed that he has been fighting with the Mughals for establishment of Swaraj. So after 30 years, Shivaji Maharaj now realized that it was necessary that Swaraj should be established in Maharashtra. But for that, a formal crowning ceremony was necessary. Right? Why, student? Because before you don't do the coronation, what happened? If you don't declare the king of a particular state, the people take it very lightly. So, for that, Shivaji Maharaj decided that a formal coronation ceremony should be done. So, on 6th June 1674, you have to remember this date, student. When a coronation ceremony has been take place on
6th
6th
June
June
1674.
1634, Shivaji Maharaj himself crowned, himself coronated by Gaga Bhatt. Who was Gaga Bhatt? He was a learned Pandit of Shivaji Maharaj. So, with the help of a Gaga Bhatt, a learned Pandit, at Raigad Fort, student, Shivaji Maharaj himself crowned. Understood? Now see the next paragraph. Maharaj ascended the throne of Swaraj. He now became the Chhatrapati of the Swaraj, a symbol of sovereignty, by Rajya Abhishek Shaka, the coronation era. It was known as Rajya Abhishek Shaka. Underline this hard word. Was started. Maharaj became the founder of a new era. On the occasion of the coronation, special coins were minted. A gold coin called horn. Underline this. Gold coin was known as horn, and a silver copper coin called Shivrai, with the legend Shri Raja Shivashatrapati inscribed on them. Now let's see the explanation of this paragraph. Now the coronation ceremony has been started. After this coronation, Shivaji Maharaj became the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Now the coronation ceremony has started and it is a symbol of sovereignty. Sovereignty means a independent state. So a Rajya Abhishek Shaka coronation was known as Rajya Abhishek Shaka in Sanskrit. It was started. So on this occasion, student, two coins has been minted. Gold coin, which was known as horn, and copper coin known as Shivrai. On this both the coin, it has been inscribed the name of Shivaji Maharaj, that is Shri Raja Shiva Chhatrapati, has been written, has been inscribed on both these coins. Not only this, student, all the royal correspondence, that is letters, books, Rajpatra, whatever royal correspondence were there, in everything Shri Raja Shivashatrapati has been inscribed on them. Now the coronation ceremony has been started. Shivaji Maharaj sat on a golden seat. There were priests, priest means sons, each one carrying ghee, honey and curd. Gaga Bhatt, who was a learned Pandit, he himself carried a gold vessel filled with the water of 7 rivers. You can see in the picture over there. Gaga Bhatt, a Pandit, was carrying a gold vessel, and in that vessel a water of 7 rivers was filled. And held the vessel over Shivaji Maharaj's head. He poured the water of the 7 rivers over Shivaji Maharaj's head. After this, Shivaji Maharaj got up and bowed before Jijamata and touched her feet. Her 30 years' efforts had at least borne fruit. How? Because the dream she had nursed even before Shivaji Maharaj's birth, because we all know that before Shivaji Maharaj's birth, it was the dream of Shivaji Maharaj's parents to establish their own Swaraj in Maharashtra. And now, after this coronation, his dream his dream of establishment of Swaraj had nursed a fruit and bear a fruit, so had at last come true. And now Shivaji Maharaj coronation ceremony has been performed, has been completed. According to Maratha religion, Shivaji Maharaj has completed both the coronation, that is, one is Vedic and one is Tantric, and both the ceremonies has been performed by Shivaji Maharaj. And now the Maratha king became the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Understood? So, in this way, the coronation ceremony has been performed, and from now onwards, Shivaji Maharaj has finally declared as King of Swaraj, King of Marathas. Understood? Now, let's see the next topic. Next, we are having is Champions of the South. 3 years after the coronation, in October 1677, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj undertook a campaign of the south. He went to Golconda. There he called on the Qutub Shah. He entered into a treaty of friendship with him. Later, Maharaj win Bangalore, Hoskote in Karnataka, Jinji, Vellore, etc. forts in today's Tamil Nadu and some other territories of Adil Shah. He appointed Raghunath Narayan Hanmante. Underline this word, Raghunath Narayan Hanmante. He is the chief administrator to look after these conquered territories. Now let's see the explanation of this paragraph. Now student, coronation ceremony has been completed. Now 3 years has been passed after the coronation. How many years has passed? 3 years has been passed. Now Shivaji Maharaj had decided to undertook a campaign against South, because some of his territories was also there in the south. So in October 1677, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj decided to take a campaign against South. So for this campaign against South, he went to Golconda. Where he went? He went to Golconda. After reaching Golconda, he called up Qutub Shah over there in Golconda. Why he called Qutub Shah? Because he want to sign a treaty with Qutub Shah, a friendship treaty with him. He want to sign a treaty. He want to shake hand with Qutub Shah, a friendship with him. That's why he called Qutub Shah at Golconda fort. Now Shivaji Maharaj had fight with the Qutub Shah over there in Golconda fort, and in that fight once again Shivaji Maharaj win the battle, and after winning that battle Shivaji Maharaj had captured the Bangalore, Hoskote, which is there in Karnataka, Jinji fort, Vellore fort, etc. all this force which was given to Adil Shah by Shivaji Maharaj as per the Treaty of Purandar. So Shivaji Maharaj has recaptured all these forts after the battle with Qutub Shah. Now Shivaji Maharaj has almost captured all his forts which was given to Adil Shah, right? So, for looking after all the administration of these territories, he need someone, right? So, Venkoji Raje was the half brother of Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj has said to him that to take participate in the activities of Swaraj, to look after the administration of Swaraj. But Venkoji Raje was not at all interested. That's why student Raghunath Narayan Hanumante Shivaji Maharaj had appointed him, who was the chief administrator, and Shivaji Maharaj appointed him to look after all the conquered territories which he has won from Adil Shah. Understood? To whom he called Raghunath Narayan Hanumante. He was appointed by Shivaji Maharaj to look after the territories of the south. Now let's see the next paragraph. In this campaign of the south, Maharaj had annexed means to add territory, the fort of Jinji in Tamil Nadu to his Swaraj. This proved to be great importance in later years. When the Mughal emperors stayed put in the Maharashtra to destroy Swaraj, and then Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj had to leave Maharashtra for reason of safety. At that time, he took shelter in the southern fort of Jinji and ran the administration of the Swaraj from there. Now see the explanation of this paragraph. Now Shivaji Maharaj has captured the forts of the south. Okay. After this student, Shivaji Maharaj had one more territory, that is Jinji Fort, which is in Tamil Nadu. So he has captured Jinji Fort and add one more fort to his Swaraj. And this topic of Jinji student you will come to know afterward in history. It is again repeated in history, and this proved to be great importance later years which you are going to learn. Now Shivaji Maharaj has captured the Jinji fort, right? So Shivaji Maharaj has almost captured all the forts of Mughals which he has given to the Mughals. Now, when Rajaram Maharaj knew that the Mughals had decided to destroy the Swaraj, destroy the Maharashtra after Shivaji Maharaj, what he did? Rajaram Maharaj had to leave Maharashtra. He was in Maharashtra to look after all the administration because Shivaji Maharaj was in south, right? So when he knew that Mughals wanted to destroy Swaraj, Rajaram Maharaj had to leave Maharashtra for Shivaji Maharaj safety, and he took shelter in the southern part of Jinji fort. When he went to Jinji fort and he take shelter at that fort, and he was looking after all the administration of Maharashtra by taking shelter in Jinji fort. Means by taking shelter at Jinji fort, he was looking after all the administration of Swaraj from there, from Jinji. Let's see the last paragraph. Soon after the victorious campaign of the south, Shivaji Maharaj passed away on Raigad on 3rd April 1680. Underline this date when Shivaji Maharaj had died on 3rd April 1680. His death at the age of 50 was a great loss for Swaraj. A great era came to an end. Now see, Shivaji Maharaj was fighting with the Mughals at the south, right? And Rajaram Maharaj has been looking after all the administration of the Swaraj, all the administration of Maharashtra on behalf of Shivaji Maharaj, just for the safety of Shivaji Maharaj, because Shivaji Maharaj was busy in the campaign of South. So the South campaign once again has been win by Shivaji Maharaj. So now Shivaji Maharaj has victorious campaign, has been the champion of the south, and now his dream of fulfilling of Swaraj means whatever territories he has been given to Mughals, he has been given to Adil Shah, he has been now recaptured all the forts, and now Shivaji Maharaj has been passed away on Raigad on 3rd April 1680. You have to remember this date, student. When Shivaji Maharaj died on 3rd April 1680, where on Raigad Fort. He was born in 19th Feb 1630 and he was died on 3rd April 1680 at the age of 50 years. Now Shivaji Maharaj has died and it was a great loss for the Swaraj because he always dreamed the people have faith on Shivaji Maharaj and he always worked for the welfare of the Swaraj, and he has given the guarantee, given the assurance to the people that he will always help the people, he will always save the people from the harassment of the Mughals, and he made it, and he made his dream also, his dream of Swaraj. He had fulfilled his dream, his father dreams also, and after fulfilling his dream, he died, and it was a great loss for the Swaraj. And with the death of Shivaji Maharaj, student, a golden era of Marathas, okay, a golden era, a great era came to an end on 3rd April 1680. So, student, here we have finished our 6th chapter, that is conflict with the Mughals. I hope you will understand this chapter, right? Okay, so now quickly let's discuss some question and answers. First we are having is give reason. Let's see the first question. Shivaji Maharaj entered into a treaty of Purandar. This we have seen in the first part, Treaty of Purandar, right? Let's see the answer. Aurangzeb sent a powerful Sardar Jai Singh to defeat Shivaji Maharaj. He started a naval campaign against Maharaj. Jai Singh and Diler Khan sieged the fort of Purandar. The Mughals sieged the fort of Purandar. Morarbaji Deshpande fought with courage but died a hero's death. We have seen this in the first part that Shivaji Maharaj has signed a treaty of Purandar with the Adil Shah, with the Mughals, right? Why? Because Aurangzeb had sent a Jai Singh, Mirza Raje Jai Singh, who was a powerful Sardar, to fight with the Mughals. And what he did, he started with the navy force to attack the Shivaji Maharaj. In this fight, Diler Khan also helped the Jai Singh, okay, to fight with the Shivaji Maharaj. And in this fight, in the fight between Jai Singh and the Shivaji Maharaj, Morarbaji, to save Shivaji Maharaj, he came in front and he lost his life and he died a hero's death. So Shivaji Maharaj did not wanted his Mughal Sardars to be died unnecessary died in this fight. So that's why student Shivaji Maharaj has entered. He signed a treaty of Purandar with the Mughals. Understood? Let's see the second question. Shivaji Maharaj took an aggressive stand against the Mughals. Why did Shivaji Maharaj took and stand against Mughals? Let's see the answer. The Treaty of Purandar meant a great loss of wealth and humiliation for the Marathas. Shivaji Maharaj wanted to recapture the forts and territories given to the Mughals as per the Purandar Treaty. In order to earn the reputation, Shivaji Maharaj took an aggressive stand against the Mughals. Now see student, as we have seen that as per the Treaty of Purandar, Shivaji Maharaj has given 23 of his forts and the adjoining territories to the Mughals, right? So it became a huge wealth and a loss of a huge wealth for the Marathas. But it was Shivaji Maharaj's strategy, right? So, after signing the Treaty of Purandar, Shivaji Maharaj wanted to recapture all the forts and territories which was given to the Mughals. Okay, because it was Shivaji Maharaj reputation. Because if Shivaji Maharaj will not going to recapture all these forts, what happened? People, the faith which people have on Shivaji Maharaj will going to lose that reputation. So for his reputation student, Shivaji Maharaj has taken an aggressive stand against the Mughals and he decided to recapture all the forts which was given to the Mughals as per the Treaty of Purandar. Understood? Let's see the next question. Next we are having is write about the following in your own words. First we are having is escape from Agra. We have seen how Shivaji Maharaj has escaped from Agra. See the answer. Shivaji Maharaj pretended to be ill. He complained of severe pain in the stomach. Doctors were called. They started treating the patient Shivaji. He started sending out huge basket of sweet to sadhus and Maulvis for his quick recovery. In the beginning, the guard outside would examine the basket. In the course of time, they got tired of this daily routine and stopped it. The basket was supposed to contain sweets and allowed to pass unchecked. At the place previously fixed, Shivaji Maharaj and Sambhaji Raje got out of the basket and adroitly escaped from Agra and reached Maharashtra safely after a few days. Might have seen in the 6th standard or in your previous class that how Shivaji Maharaj has escaped from Agra, and I've explained you that Shivaji Maharaj has pretended that he was ill. He was having severe pain in stomach. So many doctors, Maulvis, sadhus who were there were treating Shivaji Maharaj for his quick recovery. So at that time there was some baskets in the courts which was full of sweets. So what Shivaji Maharaj had decided, Shivaji Maharaj had decided that I will sit one of that basket, and that basket it was full of sweet. So it was not checked, it was been unchecked and allowed to pass from the court's gate. So Shivaji Maharaj had sit in one of the basket, and one of the another basket his son Sambhaji Raje was sit, and like this student Shivaji Maharaj has escaped from Agra by sitting in the basket and reached the Maharashtra safely after a few days. So this was escape from Agra. Let's see the next question. Shivaji Maharaj, champion of the South. What was Shivaji Maharaj, champion of the South? After the coronation ceremony, Shivaji Maharaj went to the south at Golconda. He made friendship with Qutub Shah. He captured the forts like Bangalore, Hoskote, Jinji, Vellore, etc., and some territories of Adil Shah. He appointed Raghunath Narayan Hanmante, the chief officer, to look after these territories. As we have seen just now that after the 3 years of his coronation ceremony, Shivaji Maharaj decided to launch a campaign against the south. So for that he went to Golconda and there he made friendship with the Qutub Shah. In that battle, so many forts has been captured by Shivaji Maharaj like Bangalore, Jinji, Vellore, etc., which has been given to Adil Shah. Right? So, after capturing all these forts, Shivaji Maharaj had appointed Raghunath Narayan Hanmante, who was the chief officer, to look after all the territories which was recaptured by Shivaji Maharaj. So in this way, Shivaji Maharaj also win the champion of the South. So student, here we have completed the discussion of question answers also. So now what you have to do? You have to read this chapter once again. Once again, you have to go through the chapter. You have to read the chapter and then you have to learn the question answers. You have to remember the important dates, at on which date Shivaji Maharaj had died, on which date he launched campaigns against South, what was the Treaty of Purandar. You have to learn all these very well. Understood? So till then, take care. Have a good day. Thank you.